Hello, and thank you for watching this video. I'm delighted to have with me James Kidd. James has made the good decision, I think, and the right decision. You could say brave decision, but not brave decision because he's such a capable guy. But he's made the right decision to run his own personal estate agency powered by eXp. And kindly under my sponsorship, so I'll be helping in any way I need to. Not that I need to, because James is very capable, but I'm here to help. The video really is to introduce James, and so you can tell a little bit about his background and everything else, etc., and also the service he's going to be providing. So I'm going to hand over to James. James,
Thank you, Mark.
Please tell the viewers all about you.
Yes, well, I'm James. I'm 29. I've lived in Aldridge for 29 years, so know the area very well. And I first became an estate agent about 6-ish years ago, working for the largest independent agent in the West Midlands, which was great. That was my first sort of introduction into estate agency. Yeah. Worked in many different areas, started in Streatley, Sutton Coldfields, but I've worked all over, more recently working in Lichfield and Tamworth. And yes, I absolutely love it. Finally made the decision, at the start of this year to set up my own business, and it's going well so far, hopefully.
Yeah, you've got a really good start, which is great.
Yeah.
And it's great. And it's always nice. It's funny when you announce your business like that and everything else. People say, "Well, I know James. He's a good guy, and he sold our last house." And personal recommendation, is always a massive thing in this business. The personal brand.
Absolutely, it is. You create a relationship with somebody, and when they recommend you to somebody, you trust them, so you naturally go away with it, and that can go so far. I've already had some clients quite recently that have seen that I've set up on my own, and I've had attention from that. So it's very nice.
It's very fantastic.
Lucky. Yeah.
Well, perhaps you can run through a little bit about the service you're going to be providing, James.
Absolutely. Well, like all eXp agents, it's a very personal service, which I love. It means you've got me from start to finish, whether that's a good thing or not. You've got me right from the first valuation up until moving day. And what comes with that personal service is a lot more attention, a lot more communication, and of course within that is things like accompanied viewings. I think it's really part of what you pay an estate agent for, is to do the viewings for you. We know how to sell property, So available really whenever suits the client, whenever suits the buyers to do that. Marketing as well, which is very powerful. We're a very visual species, aren't we? So high quality marketing, high quality photography and videos, as well as publishing it on all 3 of the popular portals across the country, and my social media pages too. So the exposure is brilliant, and that's something that eXp brings really, is access to all of that and all of the portals, which I didn't have at my previous place. So any property with me is going to get more eyes on it and hopefully look an awful lot better.
And it's also about availability and having one point of contact as well, isn't it, James? That's also a very important thing as well, is that you're there at the end of a phone 7 days a week,
whenever suits better, because some people have lives and they work. They're not always available during the day, during the week. So I'm available outside of that. And I think, like you say, the personal service, it's nice not to be just passed around an office, which you are with a lot of estate agents. You meet a valuer or a manager, you buy into them, you instruct them, and then you never see them again. Whereas with me, it will be me every step of that journey. And I think, clients like that, and clients need it, because anything that they tell me or anything that they buy into me for, they know that they've got that service that's going towards their buyers as well. Anything they tell me about your property, I can then relay that onto buyers, rather than never seeing me again and then somebody else does the viewings and they perhaps don't know as much about it. So it's great having that sort of close relationship with clients, definitely. It does help.
Very much.
I can't wait for my first completion, which hopefully will be coming soon, because working for a larger estate agent, the setup, it's quite underwhelming really on completion. You go through such a big journey sometimes, from listing the property, negotiating offers, selling the property, then all of the sales progression, which quite often can take a lot longer than the first bit. And then it's a build up to this sort of anticlimactic moment, unfortunately, where you sort of come into the office, get the keys, and it's sort of like, brilliant, good luck, bye. It's not quite as involved. So And I've seen that on social media with yourself and other eXp agents where you're a lot more involved start to finish, and as a result of that, you're there on moving day as well.
Yeah.
Not to get in the way, but just to continue that relationship and help go the extra mile, whereas most estate agents wouldn't do that. So I can't wait for that. Yeah.
I think it is that thing about it's like at the end of the whole process, seeing them carefully, handing them over, seeing them carefully into the house if they want the buyer, just making sure, I've even been recently on one where, we're moving removal vans around to try and get everybody in and get everything sorted. But that's the bit that they really appreciate, along with everything else. Buyers, purchasers are, they're essential as much as the people selling their homes. But the buyers, it's important that everybody is happy, and that's always been my adage. Certainly, I used to have an old boss who used to say you can't please everybody all the time, but I think if you aim for 100%, you're going to get 98, 99%, and that's what clients do.
And I think, I've always wondered in the past when I've looked at sort of, self-employed or independent estate agents, and you look at their reviews and the reviews that they post online, and I've wondered in the past, how do you get such good quality, detailed reviews? Well, I understand it now, and it's because you give that personal service to somebody. They're not going to get that from everybody. They're not going to get that from your average high street estate agent, and that's why the reviews are so glowing and so dramatic sometimes, because what we're able to provide clients with is so different to anybody else, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. We'll put James's contact details at the end of this video. And if you're selling property in...
Well, Aldridge is where I'm born and bred, so I know Aldridge very well. I know how to sell it. But of course, if it's anything outside of that, I've got properties at the moment in Lichfield and Tamworth as well. But anything around the West Midlands, really, I'm equipped to deal with. And further beyond, maybe not so much. But
certainly, whether it's Sutton Coldfield, Aldridge,
absolutely,
Walsall, Lichfield, wherever, you're certainly a good sort of 5-10 mile radius of that.
Absolutely, open to that.
Wonderful.
Of course.
Great stuff. You'll do very well, I'm quite sure, James.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing success. Thank you again for watching.
Thank you. Bye-bye.